importantly, how Hureg plays the Pharah. I'm really curious to see if he's going to be picking it up here yet again because his Pharah was fantastic. As well as Hagopyeon going to be on the Mercy, most likely to heal him up here. So closer, most likely, I don't know, because obviously you have like a Lucian player.
You can still play the Lucian,
you could, like,
yeah.
you can obviously flex him to like the Zen then, or you can have him go the Mercy and then keep your flex support on a flex support when you do need to move him around. But I think the first map is going to be a true test for Flash Wolves. We're going to see, like, do they have the read of how GC Busan are playing? You know, forget their individual skill. If you can't read into the enemy team's strategy and play accordingly, then you're not going to win a series. So they have all the pieces to the puzzle. Can they put them in the right places? I think we're going to find out here on Nepal.
All right, we are loaded up, and it's going to be Shrine for our first point here on Nepal in this best of 7 set between GC Busan and Flash Wolves. GC Busan, the champions of APAC Season 4. Flash Wolves falling short in the OPC Season 2 to Ardent, I believe, a full Korean squad that was competing in the OPC. So now they want a little bit of redemption there. They want to prove to the rest of the world that they can hang with the Korean squads.
Well, we'll find out here. Looks like Hureg's going to be over on the Tracer initially with Prophet on the Genji, and Zana going to be on the Kree. Okay, so Flash Wolves, they have, I think, what they need to deal with Hureg on the Tracer. If Zonda can get in the right position, but can Zonda hit the shots is going to be the question for me. Fake Jack, we already know he's good. We already know he's consistent.
Dive
already
in.
Rushing straight into them.
Yeah, this is what you need to do. Target out the Mercy first. We saw a lot of teams understanding that concept and able to take advantage of it. So now it's going to be GC Busan taking the point first.
That was clearly something Flash Wolves was not expecting to. I mean, you saw them ignore Zonda completely. He was one of the last people left alive. They ran straight past him and letting him keep do damage, but you know what? He's not going to do enough damage to kill off the entirety of GC Busan. So they focus on the right targets, they dive in appropriately, and Busan's not even running.
They
Again,
swap off closer. Gonna go over to that Lucio now. And so, already we're seeing Jongi getting focused down, and he is the linchpin of the team. He is that foundation as the tank, as Zonda was able to bring out Gesture. So they don't have the res, but they do have a blade, instantly taking out K-Momo, but Jongi answers right on back.
He saw he wanted to dive in, but he's actually being prevented with the damage being done. Zonda's going to, unfortunately, not hit that flashbang. We can say Hureg did dodge out on it. Deadeye going to be coming through. He has an easy connection onto one, onto Aerial. Instead, he's going to go for Hagopyeon. Yeah, Zonda's going to be focused again.
He gets pressured down all this time. It's still GC Busan that have control of the point. They take out Realment. He was just about to get that Valkyrie. It could be great for them here. It's a 3v2 on the point now, as Hureg will ultimately fall, but still, it's just GC Busan taking up the point.
Well, Sigger himself a nice little double kill there, but it just doesn't seem to be enough. It's 60% and ticking is still going on. K-Momo trying to open things up, trying to lock down the point. Both supports for GC Busan have returned. And again, they're just looking to stall out, looking to get as much percent as they possibly can. And if they do somehow pick up some kills, they could go for the maintained hold.
And what I like about this is that they're staggering one by one. One person's just staying on the point to make sure that it stays contested, while the rest just kite back, and they're buying so much time. Take a look, 80% already on the board. This has just been one long continual team fight as both sides have been streaming in. Sound barrier comes out, but already they've lost Aerial now on the side of GC Busan. But is it going to be enough for them? They need to flip this point, and they need to flip it now.
Hureg is struggling here so far. Nice little flashbang from Zonda does catch up closer, and the point will eventually be turned. But GC Busan still playing merciless at the moment. Sound barrier was used as a closer in that fight, and they'll have to come in with pretty much nothing at the moment. All right, so going back to the Mercy. But you know, also we have to keep in mind that Gesture, he's one of the best Winstons in Korea. He's been talked about so often. But in this kind of meta with the change of Diva, it's very difficult to play Winston appropriately because of how easily you can be bursted down. So he has a big learning curve ahead of him.
There we go.
Zonda, there you go. That's shots you need to see him hit if you want to see Flash Wolves win. Oh, another!
Yeah, as Prophet goes down instantly, the dive comes out from the side of Flash Wolves as they push forward, looking for more straggled kills. He does have the flashbang, but the recall will be used there. Still, now they're just delaying Hureg. He hasn't been able to open up like we normally see him do.
Yeah, it seems like GC Busan are playing a little bit slow today. I don't know, I'm just like watching, they're seeming to just warm up a little bit, maybe figure things out. Aerial does get a kill on the Jongi again, a little bit overextended. Is the blade gonna come out of Prophet, but it immediately gets taken out by Zonda again.
Closer does have that res, but still, you don't want to res that early on into the fight. Now they are trying to focus down the back line. It's gonna be Prophet coming in, taking out both supports. Now 93% to 60%. They just need to clean up Bacon Jack here. They'll be able to cap the point.
Try to stay alive. He almost has a pulse bomb too. He's got no recall up and 26 HP to fight with. Eventually he will fall, and the point at 94%. Will Flash Wolves have a chance to contest it here? Realman using that Valkyrie to get in on towards the point as quick as he possibly can. It looks like someone has been able to touch it, and Bacon Jack has been res, and he has Pulse Bomb.
He's got the Pulse Bomb, but it looks like he got eaten there. Nothing coming of it whatsoever. Zonda now gets jumped on. He's down to almost no HP. He will fall as Realman brings back Jongi, but he needs another res. He needs to bring the DPS back into this. He had the Deadeye, did Zonda, but now the Blade just committed by Prophet here to finish off this fight. Now he's out of it, but still the damage is done. GC Busan cleaning up the members of Flash Wolves, having a little difficulty here on Shrine, but they will ultimately cap it out.
So even though GC Busan did win that first point, I'm still enjoying Flash Wolves. So Zonda, he's hitting shots, he's playing well. Just put water all over himself.
Bully, Jason.
You gotta forget about Mike.
You're a bully.
Come on, everyone saw that. But Zonda, he's hitting shots. I think the next step for them is making sure to keep Sinclair and Realman alive. Realman has been focused time and time again by Prophet. So if you can keep your back line alive a little bit more, and you let Zonda give him the space he needs to play, I think there's a pretty good chance that Flash Wolves could take a couple maps here.
All right, and so now we got some swap-offs coming out. So on the side of GC Busan, Hureg is going to swap over to the McCree, and then Prophet picks up the Junkrat. The Flash Wolves, they're running a much different composition, especially in their tank line, as they've got an Orisa along with the Roadhog. Yeah,
Orisa's not going to work well against Junkrat. A shield, yeah, it's on a really low cooldown, but Junkrat can burst through it extremely fast, especially when you have Gesture on the Roadhog. Something we've seen a lot now with the recent changes putting Roadhog instead of Winston, but Bacon Jack gets himself a double himself.
Yeah, the spam just coming out from Bacon Jack there. Aerial, as soon as he got D-megged, received some grenades to the face. Bacon Jack ready to challenge up against the Junkrat. You don't get to see that often, but Flash will cap out the point first.
They have a good position to hold here with the Orisa too. You have a Roadhog, so if you can hook someone past the shield, you're almost certainly going to burst them down because there's no real follow-up. You're only going to have Aerial there with the defense matrix for a few seconds to keep him alive. A Riptire ready to go for Prophet. Riptire's going to come out.
Here comes the Riptire making its way all the way around. Counter Riptire coming in, but GC Busan, they're going to be able to get Sinclair with that. They have the res in place for it now, as Hagopun does get brought back in, and oh no, he accidentally falls into that trap.
Oh no.
Bacon Jack tried to make an escape for himself. Now he's just waiting on the outside. I think they just assumed that he made his way out. There we go, so they just left him alone. But during that, GC Busan were able to flip the point.
Okay, Momo though gets a hook kill onto Gesture, and Tagmiser commands Zonda. The Defense Switch is not going to block out this one, the Transcendent should be enough. Keep in mind, with the Orisa and the Roadhog together, that's a lot of knockoff potential that you can use. So GC Busan have to respect this one, as Hureg has responded with his own Tagmiser to just walk into a trap.
You hear that trap and you just know you're dead. There's nothing you can do, especially in the face of a Junkrat. But still, despite that, they're going to go ahead and res Hureg back into this. So now it's all knotted up. 32% to 29 in favor of GC Busan.
So Jongi, he's got the Supercharger ready to go. Bacon Jack's just going to blink with his tire to try to funnel him into a weird position. He can easily jump this crevice here.
Oh.
And that, oh, he's just past the Roadhog. No, he's not going to kill him, but they use the halt together with the Riptide to get the kill on Hureg.
They still had the res, and Aerial finds a great self-destruct. Prophet just raining down damage from across the chasm here. The whole hog is going to be committed by Gesture.
Another trap.
Onto Zonda. Man, Flash Wolves starting to lose momentum here.
Yeah, they lost a lot of momentum. Realman again, he's kind of being focused on by Prophet. The tank, the lineup they have is just not fast enough to deal with the Junkrat. Obviously, Orisa wants to be very stationary, but Junkrat can spam through that.
It's kind of like playing mech, right? In StarCraft 2, where you have tanks sieging up and you have to slowly move forward. That's what you got to do with this Orisa, but the shields just get bursted down so quickly. Look, she already has like 4 seconds left on that cooldown. Now there we go, Riptire comes in, Bacon Jack will deal with that, but still, that means they were able to delay. It's at 90% now for GC Busan. And Flash Wolves, they have to make a move, and they have to make it now as the Transcendence comes out on the side of GC Busan. It's going to be Prophet picking up a triple kill, taking out the support in Realment, and that's just going to be GC Busan. They do give up the point for now, but still, it's a simple matter of cleaning up, and with that, they will take a 2-0 victory here on Nepal.
Yeah, I mean, Flash Wolves, you saw, they use the shield to inch further and further across, but again, when you have a Roadhog and you have a Junkrat, these two Bashing brothers, no shield is going to survive against that, and the ground that you did take is going to be completely taken away from you. That's why the D.Va was picked up here out of GC Busan. You can mitigate a lot of damage, allowing your team to get out without having to worry about a shield, and then you can set up positioning. Obviously, you can mitigate Junkrat a hell of a lot too, and the damage that he can do if you eat up his grenades or his concussive mines.
And you saw there, like, that shield, it was up for all of 2 seconds. How long is D.Va's defense matrix? Like 2 seconds.
But like 4 if I'm playing against it.
Well, yeah, when she's in your face and she's eating up your entire tactical visor, it feels like an eternity.
But it's just, yeah, I mean, that's just the difference. And I mean, Flash Wolves, they had a plan coming into it. I like to see that they did their prep and they did have something they wanted to use, but it didn't work out. So now it's on to them to adapt coming into this next map, which, I mean, they're going to have the choice of, so that works out in favor of them.
One of the scary parts is that Prophet is normally the tracer player for this team, for GC Busan, and it was Hurek that was playing it earlier on. But we'll get to that point later after this break, guys. Map number 2, the Apex Premier, GC Busan versus Flash Wolves. Right after this break, don't go anywhere.
Importantly, how Hurek plays the Pharah. I'm really curious to see if he's going to be picking it up here yet again, because his Pharah was fantastic. As well as Hagopyeon going to be on the Mercy, most likely to heal him up here. So closer, most likely, I don't know, because obviously you have like a Lucio player.
You can still play the Lucio.
You could, like, you can obviously flex him to like the Zen then, or you can have him go the Mercy and then keep your flex support on a flex support when you do need to move him around. But I think the first map is going to be a true test for Flash Wolves. We're going to see, like, do they have the read of how GC Busan are playing? You know, forget their individual skill. If you can't read into the enemy team's strategy and play accordingly, then you're not going to win a series. So they have all the pieces to the puzzle. Can they put them in the right places? I think we're going to find out here on Nepal.
All right, we are loaded up, and it's going to be Shrine for our first point here on Nepal in this best of 7 set between GC Busan and Flash Wolves. GC Busan, the champions of Apex Season 4. Flash Wolves falling short in the OPC Season 2 to Ardent, I believe, a full Korean squad that was competing in the OPC. So now they want a little bit of redemption there. They want to prove to the rest of the world that they can hang with the Korean squads.
Well, we'll find out here. Looks like Hurek's going to be over on the Tracer initially with Prophet on the Genji, and Zana going to be on McCree. Okay, so Flash Wolves, they have, I think, what they need to deal with Hurek on the Tracer. If Zonda can get in the right position, but can Zonda hit the shots is going to be the question for me. Fake Jack, we already know he's good. We already know he's consistent.
Dive
already
in.
Rushing straight into them.
Yeah, this is what you need to do. Target out the Mercy first. We saw a lot of teams understanding that concept and able to take advantage of it. So now it's going to be GC Busan taking the point first.
That was clearly something Flash Wolves was not expecting to. I mean, you saw them ignore Zonda completely. He was one of the last people left alive. They ran straight past him and letting him keep do damage, but you know what? He's not going to do enough damage to kill off the entirety of GC Busan. So they focused on the right targets, they dive in appropriately, and Busan's not even running.
They
Again.
swap off closer. Gonna go over to that Lucio now. And so, already we're seeing Jongi getting focused down, and he is the linchpin of the team. He is that foundation as the tank, as Zonda was able to bring down Gesture. So they don't have the res, but they do have a blade, instantly taking out K-Momo, but Jongi answers right on back.
You saw he wanted to dive in, but he's actually being prevented with the damage being done. Zonda's going to, unfortunately, not hit that flashbang. We can say Hurek did dodge out on it. Dead going to be coming through. He has an easy connection onto one, onto Ariel. And instead, he's going to go for Hagopyeon. Yeah, Zonda's going to be focused again.
He gets pressured down all this time. It's still GC Busan that have control of the point. They take out Realment. He was just about to get that Valkyrie. It's going to be great for them here. It's a 3v2 on the point now, as Hurek will ultimately fall, but still. The MVP for map number 1 on Nepal between GC Busan and Flash Wolves. It is going to be this man, Prophet. on that Junkrat, just laying siege to the entirety of Flash Wolves when we moved on to Sanctum.
He did some serious work. And one of the things I think Bacon Jack, and I guess well, not him in particular, like kind of had to struggle with is you're really well known for one hero. We need to show you can play quite a few different if you really want to catch people off guard, and also just show you're really deep in terms of your pool and your skill. But Prophet, like showing his Junkrat was fantastic. His Riptires, in this case, was able to trade 1-for-1 with Zens. But his zone control, his team know how to play it well around, or played really well around it.
Yep.
So clearly this is something they practiced before, and they're looking good. Looking like they haven't really, missed a beat so far. Yeah.
Well, again, like we mentioned, on Saturday, they played that 7-map set up against Runaway. It had to be an exhausting affair, especially like you're just going into map number 7. That's championship rounds. Like, that's nuts. And then instantly, 3-4 hours later, you barely get to celebrate your victory before you have to prep for another tournament.
Yeah, I mean, but it shows the true test of the team, right? That you're willing to win a tournament like that and then put all your hard work back into another one instead of relaxing and, maybe enjoying that victory. I would assume if they pick up this, entire tournament victory, it's going to be one hell of a party for them waiting for them back home.
Just Busan, the entire city comes out to support them.
Yeah, like a nice little parade, like when someone wins the Super Bowl in the U.S.
No, that was the thing. We were talking to them, and they are directly supported by the city of GC Busan. They offer them, I believe, like tax breaks and stuff at their offices. It's really cool to see that these cities are aligning themselves with Overwatch League and like Overwatch teams.
Do you think they name a street after some of the players? Like assume like 5 years from now, they're still playing. Yeah.
Boureg Boulevard.
Wouldn't that be sick?
That would be pretty sick.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Either way, these guys have really proven that they deserve to be, at the top echelons of Overwatch, and considering how much raw talent there still is to be discovered on the ladder. Well, I can't wait to see how different rosters are, a year from now. Hell, 6 months from now.
6 months from now, yeah. Well, the contracts are locked for a year. I don't know if they're like buyout stipulations or anything.
I mean, I'm assuming you can like pick up new talent, or like if you have scouts, like in traditional sports, you have these talent scouts that go out to like high school games and to go like to like minors and stuff like that to go watch players. I wonder if there's people like that for the ladder to see like who they potentially want to pick up that's unknown.
That's me. I'm keeping an eye on everyone, so you should be trying in every single match you get with me. Wait, by the way, guys.
Are you on the Boston Overwatch League team as well? And I just didn't know.
Gamsu. Yeah. No. There we go. It's gonna be Watchpoint Gibraltar, the first time actually as we move on to Gibraltar this entire tournament. We haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited for this. The thing was, in OWPS, we saw lots of interesting strats coming out on Gibraltar, even though we didn't see it often. I want to say it was Lucky Future who had that Sombra defense and Car Wash.
Oh, God.
Right? Do you remember that?
Oh, that tilted me so bad when teams didn't know how to like counter that.
Anna. That was the answer to it.
Or a self-destruct behind them.
Self-destruct, yeah.
So simple. I don't know. Well, yeah, we got to see then Lucky Future just demolish the other team when they tried it. But one of the few maps we're probably going to see Widowmaker on. One of the few maps that Widowmaker really excels on that first point, but also one of the few maps we get to see on the first point, potentially healing because of that range you can play with. Looks like Huregs will be on the Widow to start things off here for GC Busan. And Jongi going to be back on Orisa. I know it's a hero he's been practicing quite a bit, and maybe it's just going to be for like the first point hold, but you have to switch to Winston for second because you need that mobility, you need that high ground control.
Who else is going to deal with him other than possibly K-Momo? K-Momo can burst down the Widowmaker with the micro missiles and the melee and the damage from the rockets, but still, just trying to rely upon your diva to deal with him, not the safest bet. Oh! Bacon Jack just runs right into that shot. Hurig didn't even have to flick. He just had his crosshair there, and he ran right into that.
Could see the future, knew exactly where Bacon Jack was going to be. I mean, there's no one at all to really counter him. It was Bacon Jack, and BJ is going to have to give a lot of respect to this guy, too, because there's only like one guy pushing the payload at sometimes, and the rest of them are just kind of sitting back, making sure to protect him closer, just sticking to him on the Mercy.
Yeah, this composition, like even though they have the Widowmaker, you have to note that, well, Gesture, he's on the Soldier 76. He can also help deal with that, and it's going to be Prophet that got into the back line with the help of Aerial to clean up the members of Flash Wolves, and with almost no resistance to take first and move on to Hangar 18.
So Hurek did like nothing in terms of like damage and kills there, really. He didn't do that much, but
he tagged Mercy.
But him being on Widow, like the pressure of that, you saw Flash was immediately respecting that, and again, they didn't have like a shield to hide behind that was mobile. You didn't have like a Reinhardt to just move out and push into them. So they were constantly pushed back the entire time. And Prophet was able to get some quick, easy kills with the pulse bomb. Really tough. I mean, Flash Wolves have to adapt.
Yeah, Jongi is going to go down, and so I don't think Realment really wants to go into that res. They can just wait it out for the Winston to get back into this, but it's still Prophet. Got into the back line. Zonda has gone down now, forcing out the res. Coming out for Realment here. Bacon Jack is trying to chase down. It's going to be the pulse bomb that comes in. Gesture falls.
You see Dooley Transcendence is here. Prophet's still alive. They're looking for another pulse bomb, and Zonda's able to take down his counterpart of Gesture, who has switched, well, from the Winston player normally over to Soldier, and they put Hurek over on the Roadhog. So they still have the double tank, but switching their comps a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to go for the triple take now. Gesture just off that Soldier 76. They're going to rely upon both Aerial and Gesture to try and contest the high ground that Zonda has right now, as Hurek will help them win out the floor, the ground battle with that Roadhog. Now, we do have the Valkyrie out, but there's the tactical advisor. Zonda on the hunt for that Mercy, but it's going to be Prophet who goes down. Realman gets the res back onto Jongi. It's a man advantage on the side of Flash Wolves as they force back GC Busan.
The Coaster's been playing really safe this entire match so far, and the only way they were able to kill him was because Zonda dropped behind them with attack visor pretty much by himself, and then luckily for them, Syncler was able to clean that kill up. You can't depend on something like that every time to kill their back line. So Flash Wolves, I mean, a team who, at Season 1, you did have Zonda running Genji, and Bacon Jack on Tracer. They have the dive potential. They switched that up, though, coming into Season 2. They don't have the potential to really dive much anymore.
A lot of changes once again coming out from the side of GC Busan as Hurek has now gone back to that Tracer. Prophet picking up the Genji. So now, with those frags, they're starting to burn away at the clock of GC Busan on the side of Flash Wolves. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to get through the second phase of Gibraltar.
Luckily for Flash Wolves, like this area, they can use Zonda to like maximum effectiveness. Soldier's so good on the second part when you can hold high ground, when you have your tanks there to protect you. And GC Busan has struggled to really deal with them. You did see, you know, a kill out of Prophet onto Zonda, but he gets rezzed immediately for a second chance.
Yeah, now they are getting traced back and forth, but it's Bacon Jack on this Tracer. This is the man we said he had to look out for. As Prophet was able to hunt down Realment here, so they're not going to have the res on the side of Flash Wolves for another 10 seconds or so. The self-destruct is going to be committed here. Bacon Jack dodges out with that recall, but they know exactly where he spawns. Hunt him down, and he will fall. GC Busan forcing back the defense.
A smart change out of them too. Closer switches off the Mercy, switches to Lucio. So they have the mobility, they have the dive comp back again, and they've been able to close the distance between them and Zonda, most importantly. Gonna be coming back here with the Transcendence, so Flash Wolves have a lot of people alive, and Hurek, though, has a pulse bomb ready to throw out.
Hagapun answers in kind with his own as the Dragon Blade does come out. It's gonna be Hurek and Prophet coming up with a kill each here. Flash Wolves not able to do anything at all up against this offense now. They did delay them just a bit, but still 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Three delayed kills here. They have to try and make their way off the ledge, but they're feeding ultimate charge on over as Prophet is now at 20%. So we hear the gong for the second time in less than 5 seconds.
Well, now Flash Wolves, again, another good point for Soldier. The only downside is that Genji, D.Va, Winston, and Tracer can all come from this position and really punish the backline, immediately focus on Syncler. We're going to take that Zen out of the fight, not give him any sort of chance for Transcendence, to buy time for Prophet to get another Blade up, so he'll have that easy advantage in a fight.
They're able to kite away from that. It looks like there was a little bit of disconnect coming out from the dive. Generally, you want your Genji and your Winston to dive onto the same target, but yeah, Prophet kind of lost track of that Zen. From there, they were able to kite away on the side of Flash Wolves and then re-engage upon them. Now here comes a self-destruct. It's not going to catch anyone. Aerial will get his mech back as the fight continues.
I think something that GC Busan does really well, and I noticed this a lot during the game vs Runaway when they were dealing with Hawksaw. They ran a Sombra, but they were very smart about the EMPs. Instead of engaging with them, a lot of the times they would save it for when Hawksaw would go in, knowing that was like the linchpin for Runaway to win fights. And they're very good at controlling like a single person. So there, you saw them dive in, looking for Syncler to stop his ult buildup, to stop the Transcendence, so Prophet will have an ult lead, which he does now have, to win another fight.
High ground, it's the tactical visor coming out from Zonda, and he'll connect. Hagapun goes down, and once again, GC Busan, they're not running a Mercy. So even though they got that pulse bomb kill, it's gonna be the man advantage for Flash Wolves here. They're even gonna get this delayed kill onto the D.Va.
So like without a Mercy on like Escort and your hybrids, when you get into that final push, that final point, it basically turns into Assault, like second point, where if you lose one guy and you don't have a Mercy, it's over. So Mercy is definitely going to be something I think they have to switch to, and you have seen Closer switch from the Lucio over to Mercy. I think that was already their plan. That's why they used the Sound Barrier, like, alright, you might as well use this ultimate, see what we can get, and then switch to Mercy after. So Busan have a good read on how this game's already going.
They have a good read, but it's going to be a great ultimate advantage inside of Flash Wolves here. They have 4 up. Bacon Jack's about to have his pulse bomb, but the blade now in the back line transcends through it as they are able to res Zonda back into this. Prophet not able to get much off of it now. The payload being contested by the side of Flash Wolves here as the Primal Rage can get used by both Winstons.
Realman being forced to use his Valkyrie too. He's not res stuck. He said most importantly just stay alive. As Zonda gets a nice kill into Aerial before he gets the resuit back off. Zonda's done that so many times of hitting Helix rockets like in the air when the self-destruct gets thrown out. Just completely prevent any sort of reback.
This is the form, more or less, that Flash Wolves are comfortable with. This is what got them through basically the regular season of OPC Season 2. Their Tracer and their Soldier 76 play. So they're just going back to comfort here as we have some swap-offs coming out on the side of, of GC Busan. Hurag now going over back to this Widowmaker.
Really ballsy to do this, considering at what stage of the game we're in. There's 12 seconds left to go. Zonda can use the attack price to zone them away. Maybe a little bit preemptive out of him, but they should be able to contest this. They should be able to touch it, and we're going to have a second fight. But Sinclair already has another Transcendence ready to go. Hagafun's going to be able to match it, though.
It's still going to be an 8v7 as Closer. He's got that Valkyrie. Realman uses his first res, bringing Zonda back into this. Now we do have the Transcendence out from both sides here. The self-destruct comes out, not going to connect onto anyone, but Gesture was able to take out Realman, who did have the res ready.
And that's going to be Bacon Jack taking out Hurag, Sinclair taking out Prophet, so the damage dealers are now gone. Even the res being thrown back in won't stop him from dying another time. And Flash Wolves, they're going to hold this third point.
Yeah, barring any sort of miracle here, this fight should be over shortly. Self-destruct doesn't get anything for the side of GC Busan, and with that, Flash Wolves will put a stop to GC Busan, but you know, this is kind of what I expected when we move on to something like Escort here, where that Mercy play really does come into effect, especially because of how you can play that high ground Soldier 76. It gives that Mercy an extra out that Realman can really take advantage of.
I think that's going to be like a big difference for, for GC Busan and Runaway as we, move into this match and move into like the semifinals, is how their Mercies can really play. I want to give credit though to Zonda towards the end. He got a Helix rocket kill into Aerial when he was in the air falling back down. He got another kill into Aerial after that next self-destruct. Puts a lot of focus on killing D.Va when she's been desuited or when she uses self-destruct. Because obviously when you use that ultimate as a D.Va player, you assume, all right, I'm going to remac. Like, I'm going to get in a position to remac. But Zonda, with a lot of focus on that, prevents that and takes that safety away from a D.Va player from GC Busan. So Aerial's going to have to adapt to that a little bit more. Maybe put himself in a better position before he demax, or run away a little bit further to, out line of sight him. Zonda's had his number there for the most part.
Now, we're swapping sides here. Remember, GC Busan currently leading the series 1-0 in this best-of-7 quarterfinal match. Flash Wolves trying to put their first map on the board. Really turn the screws onto GC Busan. On the defense, we're seeing them go back once again to that Tracer Genji, but this time Hagopun, he's going to be on the Ana, and we got to see what he got to do on the Ana before in the Runaway match on Saturday. His sleep darts, his accuracy with them, along with just his timings on the Biotic Nade, just nasty.
Zonda's going to have an opportunity, though, I think, to deal with him. I don't know where Hagopun's going to hold. Just off the top of my head, you would assume high ground, but with no Soldier there, he's probably going to play more towards server side if they want to hold that position. But Zonda can easily shut him down, but I mean, I love the Ana Mercy combo. The amp healing you can do, Ana can keep the team alive relatively well. The Bio Grenade, if you can hit them on your own team, is amazing. And plus, you can completely mitigate multiple ultimates with your Sleep Dart or with that Bio Grenade for Sinclair.
All right, Zonda now positioning himself on the globe. Is going to be forced back here, but it's okay. Widowmaker, remember, you do have that buffed grappling hook, so the mobility is just nuts on this hero.
8-second cooldown on it. Not to mention the the Widowmine, Venomine, you see the sight too, and they're missing the jumps, but they've been forcing him back and he falls. there must have been no healing towards him because he just gets nothing and gets completely wiped out.
Yeah, Realman was dropped low by some poke, and so he had to get out of dodge. And there we do have the res coming on back, but Closer will bring Gesture into this. It's going to be a 6v5, making that a 5v5 as Realman has fallen here. Pulse Bomb doesn't connect from Bacon Jack. It's going to be Hagopun. Now, dishing out the damage with the Ana.
We've got Battle Mercy, but we got Battle Ana here for Hagopun. He ran straight into the fire, straight into that chaos that was in that tiny room, and then throws a Bio Grenade down. Keeps someone alive, anti-heals them. Really good to do. And he almost has a nano too. So Prophet, most likely going to be the recipient of this, unless they're going to throw it to Gesture to get some sort of control. Because the payload has been halted.
Yeah, it's rolling back through Car Wash right now. Zonda is going for that high ground, but he has to be careful. Both supports are there to get him back into full. Turek has to back away. The dive coming out from Winston just a little bit late to catch out that Tracer player, but now it's going to be the re-engage coming out from the defense as GC Busan pushes forward. Zonda has gone down closer. He does have, Realman, he does have that res. He doesn't have the Valkyrie quite yet, though. Self-destruct doesn't connect onto anyone. But now, they're on the hunt. It's going to be Winston going down.
Yeah, but Closer has Valkyrie. Sees the rest of the Gesture either way. Nano has come down on a Prophet. The Nano Blade's going to be used, but what is he going to get off this?
Well, he's getting focused down. He's at 40 HP, but he still has that Mercy there. He forces out the Primal Rage from Jongi. Nothing going over quite yet, but Bacon Jack lands a great two-man pulse bomb. He even gets the D-Mech, forces out the res, but there's not going to be a second one coming out from Closer anytime soon. And Flash Wolves might have just broken this defense.
I'm pretty sure they have done it. Closer. There's just no way he's able to get back in to really do much in terms of his res. It's been cleaned up by Bacon Jack, and Flash Wolves with a very explosive fight off of the entry frag of Bacon Jack, hitting a double kill with this Pulse Bomb. Who capture first, and still a lot of distance to go, but some good signs out of them. And you saw Closer's focus. We were wondering, you know, what are Mercy's going to res? Because that's going to kind of tell what their game plan is. He res Gesture twice. He could have res 2-Reg one of those times, but instead he just keeps his tanks alive, and tanks can obviously do a little bit more than like a Tracer, like a squishy DPS. So looking for stall, looking to buy a lot of time in that first and second phase.
The high ground being consistently contested by the side of Flash Wolves. They're going to go ahead and get the D-Mech now onto Aerial, the focus fire onto Closer as he tries to get out. Danger's out of harm's way. He will make it out. We have some battles going on between these Divas and Tracers. There it is. Zonda pushes forward. He's got the tactical visor. Deflect was in his face, but just for a short moment now. Payload being contested. Those baby Diva there, Aerial, ultimately falls.
GC Busan, they're going to have a Nano again. I was expecting them to switch like over to a Zenyatta in the second phase, but they're going to have a Nano Blade. So a lot of pressure on to Prophet, and also Hagopun for landing a Bio Grenade, because Cinco's going to have again his own Transcendence to stop this.
They are able to make it in. Here is the Nano Blade coming out from Prophet, but there's the Transcendence. Doesn't matter, you're able to burst through it with that Nano. 3 kills goes over for Prophet here. He might just get a 4th, tries to finish it off. It's going to be Hagopun. Take out Jongi, forcing back the offense.
I think Zonda uses Tac Visor in that fight too. But Prophet was able to kill him quick enough, or really do much on that one. So they get 2 ultimates baited out of Flash Wolves, with 2 used themselves. And they bought time for Closer now to build up towards his own Valkyrie, which he needed to match Realman. Did Hagopun just... Oh no, he switched to Zen. I thought he just like fat fingered his ultimate there, but he switched from Ana to Zen now.
All right, there's the dive coming out from the side of GC Busan. I like this because they did just swap off. They tried to fight into the 6v5 and caught them off guard here. 2 kills already going on over as the Primal Rage was committed. Gesture has fallen, but Prophet now just sitting by their spawn. Bacon Jack thought he was safe, but you're never really safe when Prophet's on the field.
Minute 40 left to go for Flash Wolves. They used their big ultimate. They used a Valkyrie in that fight, even while being dove on. I was expecting them to maybe hold on to that ultimate, because now Prophet's build up another blade. They're not going to have Transcendence with Cinco only having 50% on his ultimate. And ideally, you're going to see GC Busan hold another fight unless Prophet somehow gets picked off.
Takes to the skies, and now there is the blade. Prophet dropped low. They're going to zone him out with that self-destruct. Prophet peaks too early. Will fall. Does Closer go for it. He does get the res off onto Prophet, but there's the tactical visor. Most of it getting eaten up by that deflect, though. There we go. There's going to be Zonda with the help of Gesture to take him out, but Bacon Jack is answered back. Great self-destruct comes out from Aerial, taking out Realman. So now the defense is trying to swing this back in their favor, but still, Zonda's still alive. They're pushing forward now. The Soldier 76 just getting unmitigated damage. Finally, he will fall.
Yeah, they're still killing the back line, though. GC Busan, a lot of focus again onto Sinclair. They've taken him out of the game so often. Even Realman there, dying to that self-destruct. Now, talk about Profit, like this should be a fight that they win. Well, I mean, it should be a fight you win, unless you, I guess, you jump back into a self-destruct and die.
Yeah.
But luckily the res was there, and he was able to still get some decent damage in. The Flash Wolves, they have Valkyrie advantage. They will have Transcendence as well, so double supports compared to just the solo. And Jongi has the ability to stall with his own Primal Rage. Bake Jack actually might just look to push as he did this in the group stage as well.
That was a great boop coming out.
Still pushing.
Yeah,
No one's contesting. Is he going to do it a second
right
time?
Now. Is he really going to get the backdoor?
My.
They finally do back away. That does draw the forces away. Now closer, dropping low. He does have that extra health coming back, but no, he will ultimately fall. And we saw this happen before. We saw this happen so many times during the OWPS where teams take their eye off the prize. We have teams just getting the backdoor in, forcing the defense to come back, and then they get punished.
Just say it. You know we want to say it.
Flash 9?
No, GC9. GC9.
GC9.
Yeah, that was...
That's actually coming just too true.
Yeah.
As the rumors of them getting picked up by
yeah?
Cloud9 Kong.
I mean, if they're going to join the org, right, you got to have like an honorary C9.
Trial by fire. There we go. Bacon Jack gets the first kill. Hureg is gone now as Prophet tries to hunt down Realman. He will ultimately fall as Gesture commits in with that Primal Rage. Now, defense, they've got to be careful. They put themselves in a vulnerable spot here like they did last time, but it's okay. Hureg is still here. He gets topped off, and they'll force back the offense.
Jeez, but I don't know what it is about Bacon Jack. He's just such a smart player. Like, taking advantage of, like, situations. Again, like we said before, that wasn't the first time he almost solo pushed the payload. Or, well, the first time he did solo push it, but this time he got so close. And just the threat of that with the 1 meter left. GC Busan had to back away. Prophet going in with another blade, though. Sinclair is going to fall another time. And now there's 18 seconds left for somehow for Flash Wolves with not a lot of ultimates to use just yet to somehow get this payload across the line.
They do have a trance, but look, Prophet is just ready to run interference here with this Genji. He's just waiting for them to come out now. Gonna get some pre-poke off. He's spotting out where the supports are, as K-Momo is gonna be the first one to be bursted down. Transcendence now out from Hagopun as counter trance comes out, but they've already lost 2 members. It's gonna be Zonda, who had swapped off onto the McCree that gets the res. They've got the Valkyrie, second res comes out. It's gonna bring back K-Momo, who does get the mech back on in. Self-destruct out from Aerial, though, will catch on to Sinclair as Prophet is continually in this back line. Payload getting pushed forward now, but they're losing members of the offense.
Well, let's see if GC Busan can hold on here. If somehow Flash Wolves can come back. Jongi, the Primal Rage is taken away. Eventually going back into his normal form, but Jester's going to have his own Primal Rage, and the kill feed is still going to be all red. As GC Busan should be able to maintain this and pick up their second map victory in the series. Jamerson, GC Busan, I mean, yeah, there's a couple of like questionable moments here or there, but looking